Okay, hi again. It's me. I just blew my hair down. I'm doing this now because I'm gonna work this weekend and I'm not gonna have time. I know I'm late for this whole thing. I got sick again. Believe it or not, I got it again twice. And the COVID. So I was dealing with that, and I'm still am. It's really crazy. I'm drinking tea because I don't smell or taste coffee anymore, which it sucks. Thank you, COVID. Another thing you took away from me. Oh, I know it's not that bad. People are dying. I know, but it totally fucked me up and it just screwed my plans left and right. I was supposed to fly. I was gonna go to New York, and then I didn't. Anyway, not too bad. Not too bad. I could be accused for something I didn't do. That would be worst. Although all of us on YouTube, on Instagram, and beyond, we're being called pedophiles, narcissists, Nazis, pedophiles, and Satanists by Miss Evan Wood. So I think I should be offended by one of those things. I'm not, because I know that people talk out of their ass. So that said, I was going to talk about what would happen if you pretend to be an FBI agent. And in California, pretty much the same in every state. It's bad in every state, but I looked it up, okay? And also defamation in California. So what would happen if you impersonate an FBI agent? What about the penalty? Okay. For example, it varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. For example, in Texas and in California, impersonating a public servant with the intent to cause someone to submit to his authorities a crime. Okay, this is exactly what Ilma did. It wasn't that she made a prank. She impersonated the FBI agent to make to cause harm and to open a fake letter and to report a fake crime. So it's worse because here it says that the intent to cause someone to submit authority of a crime and the intent to cause harm. That's exactly what Ilma did. She didn't just go and be like, "Oh, I'm the FBI. Mason sucks." Boom. No, no. Probation. Okay. The felony. It depends on whatever the crime is, a felony or a misdemeanor. This is what it's gonna have to be. I don't know what's gonna happen with this, and I don't know if the judge is gonna have any sympathy because they're women, or have any sympathy because Evan is an actress. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is what you should get. Okay, you need to get probation first of all, and then you can get a fine up to $10,000. $10,000 is not a lot for Evan, but I'm sure it's a lot for Ilma Gore, and at least 3 to 5 years in prison. I bet that because they are public figures, both of them, maybe they will be protected against going to prison. But if they're not, they're still going to be in probation, and it will be great to know that Evan Wood, the actress from Westworld, is in probation. So that's what they're going to get. That's what they should get. Okay, so that is if you impersonate an FBI agent. So when you commit defamation, slander, and libel in California, which is exactly what she did, because one thing is Instagram where she named it, but the fact that she did the thing on HBO and put her body, this is the difference between defamation, slander, and libel, okay? There's a part that is just printed, which let's count Instagram as printed. We don't have newspapers anymore. Instagram, Twitter as printed. And then what you say with your own freaking mouth, okay? Which is what she did in the documentary. She even says Brian Warner. So when you do that, that's a different step. That takes it to the freaking levels of that you can get in a lot of trouble. It's not just saying, I can say here and say, Evan Wood is a liar. All right? But first of all, I never do that. I always say that I believe what I think because my thoughts are not defamation. My beliefs are not defamation. So don't try to do any of that stupid little mind games with me. But even if I said that, it will be, it's bad because it's my persona and my being saying it to a camera. So it's different if you print it. It's different if you type it. Everything has a little punishment by itself. And if you commit 3 of them, which is what she did, slander, libel, and defamation, She did the three of them. Okay, and then the punishment is going to be, it's going to be worse. If she should have just, if she would have stopped after the Instagram a year ago, I'll still hate her guts, but if she should have stopped right there. But she did. She kept going. She made a movie documentary. We're not going to call it a movie because it's very fictitious. She made a movie of it. Got all the people to talk about him. Got Evan and Gore in the movie talking about Brian Warner. So that's just beyond. That's beyond. So what is defamation in California? A claim for defamation involves a false statement made by one person about another person. Pretty obvious, right? But it has to cause harm to a person's property, business, profession, or occupation. There you go, right? Defamatory statements are typically made using two methods. There's two ways: a slander, libel. A slander is making defamatory statements by a transitory non-fixed representation, usually an oral or a video representation of yourself. Libel is making defamatory statements in a printed or fixed medium, such as a magazine or a newspaper. We got that no more, so we're going to count Instagram and Twitter as a printed statement. In order to meet the limits for defamation, cause of action, successful action must include false or defamatory statement about another person. That's pretty obvious, isn't it, right? The unprivileged publication of the statements of a third party. That means that she really didn't take it off, that she just left it there. She could have deleted it, but she didn't. Gave the privilege to be taken off. She left it there. Damage to the old person defamed. Publication in the context of defamation does not mean it must be in print. Rather, it be considered published and is made to a third party, as social media can be. So, what I just said, it doesn't even have to be printed. Defamation per se. California also recognized defamation per se. I read that defamation per se, Mason lawyer uses those words exactly on the defamation per se. Defamation is presumed to cause damages without the need for any proof. Right? Defamation per se is typically asserted in instances where there's an attack or a person's professional career, allegations that an unmarried person is cheated, allegations of drugs, or a person infected with STDs is an example, can say, well, I got infected because you got me infected and because you cheated on me. Okay, that will count as defamation. Allegations that the person has committed a crime against others. Per se means you don't have to prove it. It's per se. It's vocal. It's per saying. Okay. You don't have to prove it. That's exactly what she's been doing. It's defamation without having to prove it. Because I'm Richard Wood. I'm Evan and Gore. I don't have to prove shit, right? Truth and privilege. Truth. If the person who made the alleged defamatory statement was telling the truth, it is an absolute defense to an action for defamation. For example, if a rumor being spread around a person is actually true, passing along this rumor is not defamation. Okay, there's a problem right there. And this is why I think, no, it's not a problem actually. This is why I think the Mason went to the source straight to Evan and Ilma and not to the other women. Because a rumor being passed is not considered defamation. I know that sucks, but I'm reading it right now. And this is legal California. So the rumor that was spread is not defamation. But the person who created the problem, right, per se, is Evan and Gore and Roger Wood. And SB Bianco also filed. So we can count those three as the worst. That is defamation. The rumor spread the shit around. It's not defamation. In court it is, and it sucks, but I'm just saying. For example, if I share something that the Evan Richard Wood posted on Instagram, oh, this guy sucks, and I share it, okay, I'm a second party sharing her thing, that's not defamation. I'm not committing defamation. I'm a horrible person because I'm sharing lies, but it's not defamation. And this is exactly why he's going straight to the source. Opinion or fair comment. Opinion, if it's a statement of opinion opposed to a fact, there's no defamation, just like I'm doing right now. An opinion as opposed to a fact is there's no definition in opinion. Okay, Evan and all the people, what they have against him is not opinions. Okay, they went to court. They're printed. They committed libel and slander. It's not an opinion. They don't have this opinion of Manson. Which will be fine. Everybody's free to have them, but this is way more than an opinion. Fair comment, similar to opinion, is a fair comment to a matter of public interest. YouTube, for example, then the person making the statement is not likely to be liable for defamation. For example, citizens discussing the allegations surrounding a local politician or artist scandals are likely exercising a free comment of the public situation. I'm exercising right now, just like Kristen and everybody else here. We're exercising our freedom of speech, okay? Consent. On a rare occasion, a person might argue as a defense that the defended person actually consented or agreed to. That might just count for Esme Bianco for the rest of them. So, public figures, movie stars, producers, athletes, etc., politicians, etc. Under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, where a public figure brings an action for defamation, they must also prove the statement was made with actual malice in addition to the elements above. In other words, they must prove that the person making defamatory statements knew the statement to be false or issued the statement with reckless disregard for said person. For example, a politician is suing a newspaper over the false allegations of corruption conducted by proof the allegation when they false but received no damages because the statements were not made with actual malice. Maybe the person thought Manson might be a rapist. Manson might be this thing. That's not, that might just be flip, pancake, and might be wrong to do, but it's not done with actual malice. If a person thinks Hillary Clinton, anybody, is a crook, this person is corrupted, and I made a video about it, it's not with actual malice because I actually don't know if she is or not. So just like right now, what we're doing is not actual malice either. Conclusion. People targeted by lies and falsehoods often will be angry enough to sue. This is so cute, this website. But yeah, we'll be angry enough to sue. Gather the facts and evidence to be sure of your position. Then make sure you understand the above issues before proceeding. Yeah, Evan, you never looked this up that I'm looking up right now before you proceed? Look it up. Defamations in California. Okay? This is, you cannot get more real than this. So, again, she committed all that libel, slander. Okay? Print it and vocalize it with her own voice and persona. The worst thing she ever done. I mean, for real, she should have stopped after the Instagram post. If she has some brain, but she didn't. So that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to make a small little video on that, so I don't just sit here and seem like I'm talking on my butt. Defamation per se is exactly what Evan and Wood are doing, because it is with malice. Okay, an opinion, like for example, me right now, not knowing 100% the truth because I don't know these two individuals. There's no malice. I have an opinion, okay? Evan and Ilma don't have opinions. They're just trying to destroy his freaking life. So that's it. Go ahead and do your own homework. If you still don't believe, if you don't believe him or any of us, you're welcome to look it up. I'll put the links below. So just know that if you're going to defend a liar in this type of position, that you're going to feel bad. And I'm not talking about karma. I'm talking about, like, ask yourself, why are you doing what you're doing? I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. So again, thoughts are not defamation. I will see you later. Bye.